Springtime is coming and the spring market is upon us. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Smithville or West Lincoln this spring, the February 2026 stats are going to help you develop a strategy right now. I'm David Hildebrand, your local realtor for Smithville and West Lincoln, and today we're going to be going through the February 2026 sales statistics for Smithville and West Lincoln. We're going to go through stats, trends, and what it means for you right now to help you develop your strategy as we head towards the spring market. This video is going to be really important because February actually showed an uptick in some of the major metrics when compared to January, showing that we might be vamping up for a spring market quicker than anticipated. So stick around and let's go through all the stats. So let's get into the West Lincoln numbers here. So as we see over here, we're looking at benchmark price. And again, benchmark price is really indicating where the market is right now. So in West Lincoln, the benchmark price is $827,600. Now over here, we see cumulative days on market, which is the total time that a house has been on the market between first listing and selling, and that's at 75 days on market. Price per square foot's another indicator. It's not something we rely on heavily, but it just gives an indicator kind of what on average you're going to pay for above grade square footage. So that's $453 per square foot. Sale to list ratio is 94.1, and we're going to dig into that a little bit more as we look at what it was in January compared to February, and that has actually seen a little bit of an increase, which is good for sellers. And then the number of homes sold went up as well, up to 9 homes sold. And over here are 10 new listings. So actually the amount of homes that sold compared to new listings was almost on par, which is good when we consider inventory. We've had a large rise in inventory even over the last 6 months. So to see those numbers kind of level is actually good and an indicator that we're moving farther away from a strong buyer's market into perhaps a more balanced market. Now, as we look at active inventory, there's still 63 active listings in West Lincoln. And months of inventory is our market indicator showing who's got the power, either buyers or sellers. And so that number has also gone down significantly from January to February. We're down to 6.3 months. And as we look at the market indicator here, it's indicating that we're in a buyer's market. And if you look at the bottom here, buyer's market is anything that's over 6 months, and seller's market is anything under 3 months, and a balanced market is 3 to 6 months. So we're in a buyer's market, but just over that 6 month of inventory threshold. So as we go over here and we look at month over month, so this is comparing January to February statistics. I think these numbers are really encouraging as we look even just to the percentage changes. We've got a lot of green arrows. But the one indicator that is still trending downwards is our benchmark price. So benchmark price in January was $864,500. That has now gone down to $827,600, which is a change of 4.3%. That's a significant drop in the benchmark price from January to February. But again, other metrics are trending upwards. Months of inventory has gone down from 11 to 6.3. We see that the price per square foot actually went up over the last month, that it's gone up almost 7%. And then the amount of homes sold has also gone up. So that's a nice indicator that more things have been selling. The market is starting to trend towards a more positive direction. New listings were down, which again is positive for sellers, but again shows buyers that there is perhaps less inventory coming, or maybe we're just in a lull before we get to the spring market. Active inventory is slightly less than where it was in January. And the days on market has gone down actually quite significantly. We're down 17% from January to February, showing that things are moving faster, that maybe buyers are more active in the marketplace, which is a good sign for sellers as well. And for buyers, it's an indicator that maybe it's time to start jumping on things that you've been looking at. It might be time to start getting in and putting offers in on places. And then the one thing that is really positive for me is the sales to list ratio. So it was 91.9% in West Lincoln for January, which in my opinion is extremely low. Generally, we like to see something between 94 on the really low end to 98% would be kind of on the higher end. And so we're sitting just above that minimum threshold that I like to see at 94%. Yeah, just indicating that sellers are getting more accurate with their pricing and buyers are seeing value and jumping on it a little bit quicker. So now let's go over to the town of Smithville. Smithville is always going to be a little bit less in terms of pricing just because you're going to get more of the residential homes, townhomes, things that are a little bit less expensive, whereas West Lincoln as a municipality has a lot more acreages, rural properties that are more expensive. So that's why the benchmark price is lower. We see here at $654,800 is our benchmark price. Cumulative days on market is 83 days, so we're still looking at just under 3 months for a seller to sell on average. Price per square foot is slightly less as well at $419 per square foot when compared to West Lincoln municipality. And our sale to list ratio is actually pretty low for Smithville in February of 2026 at 92.5%. Again, the caveat with all of these stats is that we're looking at numbers with a small sample size. So we see that with the 92.5 sale to list ratio, we've also only sold 7 homes. So if 2 of those or 3 of those sold for, let's say, 90%, that's going to drag the numbers down when comparing it to the other sales. New listings as well, with only 4 new listings in Smithville. So we actually saw almost double the amount of homes sold as new listings, indicating that the inventory is shrinking as we look towards spring. We're always going to see an influx in spring, but that number is pretty low, especially considering that we're heading towards the spring market. Active inventory sits at 24 listings, and then actually our months of inventory, which would make sense based off the amount of homes sold and the new listings, sits at 3.4 months of inventory for February. And so if we look down here, a balanced market is 3 to 6 months. So again, it's a small sample size, but with 1 month of data, we can see that 3.4 months of inventory means that things within Smithville are selling more quickly than they have in previous months. So as we move forward, looking at month over month comparison between Smithville, again, the numbers, we see a lot more green indicators on the percentage changes than red ones. I'll just highlight the ones that are in red is that the benchmark price has still been declining within Smithville as well. We see a drop of almost 3% in the benchmark sale price from January to February. But again, other things are trending positively. Months of inventory is down to 3.4 from 7 in January. Price per square foot has gone up significantly, over 20%. The amount of homes that have sold has also gone up. New listings has gone down, so there is less inventory available, and we can see that in the active inventory, 5 less active on the market. And our cumulative days on market also went down. So we were over 3 months in January, and now we're almost 10 days below 3 months in February at almost 11% decrease in that as well. And then our sale to list ratio was at 93.4 in January. That dipped down slightly to 92.5, but with the amount of sales, that number stayed relatively the same. Again, these numbers are all in a full market report that I put out every month, just talking about West Lincoln and Smithville, getting into all the numbers, what the macro perspective is year over year, as well as the month over month data analysis, what it means for you as buyers and sellers. And so if you want that free market snapshot every month, just click the link in the description and you can download it today, absolutely free, no catch. Just want you to have the data that's relevant for making a decision as you buy or sell in Smithville and West Lincoln. So what does this mean for you if you're a buyer or a seller? What I think this means for you if you're a buyer is that the numbers as we move towards the spring market have been trending more positively for sellers than for buyers. We've had a lot of months where the buyers have really been able to go aggressively in negotiating and really push sellers around. And I think this month could just be an outlier, but it was a month that showed more positivity for sellers, that the market could be trending in their direction for spring. So buyers, I would encourage you, if you're on the fence about looking to move, now might be an opportune time to do it before the spring market heats up with buyer activity. We're still in a very great market for buyers to buy in. There is still negotiating room, but again, these market indicators have shown that the hand has been tilted towards sellers slightly in February, and so it might be worth pursuing a home before the spring market hits. If you're a seller, this news is great. We see that the market indicators are trending in your direction, and it looks like we're on a positive uptick heading into the spring market. So if you're thinking about selling in spring, now is the time to start getting your home ready for sale. If you're wanting some help with that or need some guidance on what your home is worth in today's market, you can always call or text me directly or book a call in the description below, and I'd be happy to go over those things with you. But it is positive for sellers. We're trending in a positive direction. Things are selling faster, and we just see that there's more buyers in the market, and it's a positive thing for you as a seller. In summary, these statistics have shown that we're shifting from a very strong buyer's market to more of a balanced market that's still in favor of buyers slightly. We saw that months of inventory took a big decrease, which is great for sellers, meaning that things are selling faster. Even if the benchmark price has been going down, it's showing that the market is more active and less stagnant, which is great for both buyers and sellers. Again, if you're looking to get the full market report breakdown, to get the snapshot from Smithville and West Lincoln, and get all the stats that will help you make the best decision possible, you can get it absolutely free. Just click the link in the description. Download it today, totally free, and you'll get it every month moving forward as well. So yeah, again, link in the description, totally free. So you might be sitting there and thinking, what's next for me as I look to make a move to or from Smithville and West Lincoln? And I just want to let you know, I'm always here to have a chat with you. It's no pressure. I just really value giving people the information that they need and to talk things through with them, because some scenarios can be tricky. Every scenario is different, and so those things aren't talked about on these videos. And so if you're looking to get that information and to talk to an experienced realtor in the area, I'd be happy to help. Just book a call in the description below, and we can set up a time to talk. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and get notifications so that you don't miss out on any future videos that we put out here on this channel. And if you want more people to see the content, feel free to share it with others and like the video so that it goes out to more people who are looking to make a move within Smithville and West Lincoln. I'm David Hildebrand, again, your local real estate agent for Smithville and West Lincoln, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.